Hello, hello, everybody. My name is Mike Similiano.
And I'm Alex C. Mills.
This is Red Light on 5th, and I have the pleasure of introducing the steward of the souls, the nicest guy on this side of I-35, Mr. Sammy G and the boys.
1, 2, 3, 4. That gets wrapped around the night sometimes. And 183 South is a parking lot. Light out still, somehow it's 11. Post Meridian. Can I watch your face? Watch your eyes. Swear I really am not thinking. A discarded lost smile. It's just a reflex, don't you mind it? What a happy lie. Watch it inspire. Post Meridian. You're speeding once the big hands push it 95. And the thunder strip barks at your eyelids now braided shut. Don't think nothing could worry me now. Post Meridian. Post Meridian. One, two, three. My thoughts move like wire mossy loaves of stone, bread, low man fern bed. I'd rather live outside, rather live outside. I'd rather live outside, rather live outside. I'd rather live outside. One, two, three. Told I cannot bear to lose, but can't seem to visualize, unless by some trick of the speed of the mind I'm made accomplice to this holy crime, saying I'll die without you by my side. You say you do, that's when I'll say I'm done. Baby, each become killers in our own picket home, and cheer as the other gets free, and run through the graveyard all wild with glee. Belief is the engine I see. Belief like a bright constellation in green. Belief that when all of it's said and it's done, baby, you're the one.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's be ourselves. And have
Yeah,
fun.
what do you got, man?
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
This is the big one.
All right, so I'm gonna say something like, "Here we are again."
Yeah, here we are again.
Here we are again.
Here we are again with Sammy G. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Oh man, that set was freaking amazing.
Thank you.
I honestly do feel a little lucky to have you as a friend, to be honest.
Oh, that's
'Cause
sweet.
You've been super nice to me, and also you've guided me through my music ship and through starting to record.
You
and
feel
everything you've
guided?
been in.
You feel like I've provided guidance?
100%.
I feel like I'm just along for the ride, you know?
You're like
No.
a shaman.
And now that we got you and the boys to play,
I don't mind the sound of that.
Musical shaman, master of the skins.
that's how I feel. Yeah. But honestly, man, amazing set. I have
Thank you.
kind of some overarching themes that I wanted to talk about.
Please.
But first of all, I was blown away by that, by what you guys are doing. It's just like, I feel like it's musicians' music, kind of, because it's so kind of easy to listen to, but there's so many intricacies in all the instruments that are going on. What I want to know for the young folk out there that like playing drums, but also want to write music, it's not very common to do that.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go through how you translate the song and then you play drums. Like, what's the process normally?
Well, I write the songs on guitar and piano, and I've always been a singer. I was singing. I've been singing my whole life.
You do have a nice voice.
So thank you. And the drums were like the third instrument I tried to play. I always knew I always wanted to do it, but like I did bass and I did piano a little bit before I did drums, which was like halfway through high school. My parents finally caved and got me some drum lessons.
You
got
looking
me a
at
drum kit.
dynamics? Is that why you were like trying to play lower?
Yeah, well, it's just
volume?
a small space, so I didn't. Yeah, it's our first time doing like a live session like this, where we're tracking the full band and the vocals with me behind the drum set. I've never done that before, and so I figured the quieter the drums, the better.
It was great.
Put a little thing on the snare drum. Roots EQ, great company. Shout out.
Shout out.
So you
Shout out
put
Roots
together the
EQ.
songs and then you kind of give it to the guys. Do you have? Do
Yeah.
they have a name? Do you call
They
them the
don't have a
boys, or-
name yet. No, they don't. I was thinking of calling them the Heat Street Special.
The Heat Streak Special.
The Heat Street Special. Sammy G and the Heat Street Special.
Ooh.
But
Heat Street.
I don't know if that's like an every gig thing. You know, like we have this
Yeah.
alter ego sometimes where we play like kind of like a little bit more of a funky
Yeah.
set, or really it's just we have a couple songs and I've got a couple more in the vault
Yeah.
that lean that way. And I have this idea in my head of doing a whole record where it's a Sammy G record, but maybe the record is called like Sammy G and the Heat Street Special.
Ooh, yeah.
I ripped it off of my friend. He came up with it. I thought it was really funny.
I'm hearing like a Shakedown Street cover album coming with that name.
Is that
with the
who is
funk.
that?
Grateful Dead.
Okay.
Because when I listen to you, like the songs are very singer-songwriter in nature and feel very homey within your thing, but they do have this groove, which I think comes so much from your pocket on the drums, where I just want to do the deadhead stomp, you know, like I just want to like wade around.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
I want people to be able to move to it. I want it to be everything. That's kind of the problem, you know. That's the problem.
That song
I run
Home
into,
really
you know?
kind of gets you. It's very moody. I love it. Is that what it's called? Home?
Back Home?
Back Home, yes.
Yeah. I like that tempo. That's a nice tempo, you know.
It is sexy, man. It's
the place to be.
It's hot in here, but I was getting hotter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like it there.
So, one other thing that I really, really admire you and Ben and Alex and Taylor.
Yeah, I didn't introduce the band. I would love to introduce them at some point.
Yeah.
I guess you just did.
Well, that's who they are.
That's who they are.
Because
Yeah.
I'm a good host and I remember names.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But I've gotten to know Ben and you a lot more because we've played together and we've recorded, and I've always admired that you went for music. Like I feel like growing up there was a lot of pressure for me to, maybe it was because of my Mexican heritage, but for me to study, you know, engineering or anything that was gonna get you a stable job. But you guys are going for the dream, and I feel like there's sort of two scenes that I see. Alex and I are part of like the scene where we started with open mics and we're meeting people with similar mindsets that like maybe are not doing what they love, but they're clinging on to this music because it's like the passion. But then you guys are like the warriors, dude. You guys are the road dogs. You guys are in it, playing all around town, getting the coolest gigs and like in the scene. And I feel like you guys earned that cool because you guys, you know, are in it to win it, fully committed.
Right.
How do you feel about the scene, and like have you been in it, do you think, for a long time, or are you kind of just coming up?
I barely feel like I'm in it.
But it's
to be perfectly
it's a group
honest.
of guys for sure.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, it was called the graduating class. Like you kind of latch with some folks, right? And the folks that you guys are running around with are really good and really cool, man.
Well, I feel really lucky to play with all those guys. I mean, those guys that I feel that they're some of the best musicians I've ever known. You know, like that's the truth. It's wild that they play with me, and it's honestly because those guys are all in the band that I have started to actually play shows, because for one thing, they make the music sound so good, or you know. Well, yeah, they make it sound so good. And for another, they like, I don't want to take them for granted, you know, like they're all doing their own thing. Alex is in a million bands, Taylor's in a million bands, and they're not small bands, you know.
You're in some of those too.
And I'm in some of those too.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
true. But like they're busy and they're gonna get busier, you know. So I do feel like to some extent like lucky, and like I need to take advantage of. I feel to a full extent lucky, and to some extent like I need to take advantage of this moment because you know, I mean,
100%,
Ben's going on tour, you know, like Alex is.
You guys are all gunslingers. Like you guys are all busy.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that. Yeah, I feel that whenever you get to play with me, man, it's like you need to take advantage. It motivates you to get more shows and more things, right? Because you're like,
does.
if
I'm
I can
grateful for
provide
it.
shows, then they'll join.
Right. Yeah.
And ride along.
Yeah. That's the hope, at least.
And you guys are tracking?
No, well, not actively right now. I have this EP that I made last year with Austin, who runs the studio here at Eastside.
Best recording studio probably in the whole planet.
Yeah, Eastside
Check it out.
Studios.
Probably the whole planet. Yeah.
Best recording studio. Yeah. We spent all of last year kind of like doing a session here. Well, I got, you know, He's listening right now.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
so
yeah.
funny. I just realized.
He kind of sucks.
We spent all of last year doing a bunch of sessions. We were meeting a
Yeah.
couple times a month with a couple months off, but like recording five songs, and I feel strongly that it's the best thing I've been able to make yet, and he was a big part of that, and I'm really excited to share it. I'm working on a release strategy for that right now. In fact, had a meeting with someone today about it, and hopefully the fall is what we're looking at.
Ow, ow.
I can feel that. You got some fall vibes.
Yeah, not October. Maybe I think like when school's back in, like August, late August, September, something like that.
It's a good release time.
Yeah. Thank you.
We can't wait.
Yeah.
So we're gonna hear some more of your music, but first, introduce the band.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So on bass we have Taylor Turner, Austin's very own. In fact, it's a band of Texans. So we have Taylor Turner from Austin, who plays also with Aubrey Hays, Otis Wilkins, a band called The Clacks that does kind of like bluegrass music. We have Ben Dubois on guitar,
The coolest.
also an Austin native, the coolest man in the world, and
Probably.
he's also in Aubrey Hayes' band, which I am also in.
Yeah.
There's a little bit,
You're
of
in his band, too.
intermingling there. I'm in his band. He's a great songwriter. Obviously an incredibly talented guitarist, and he's a singer as well. And then Alex Riegelman was playing acoustic guitar today for the session, but he plays both acoustic and electric when we play live. He pulls double duty, and he's
fantastic.
he's
too.
incredible. He's the secret sauce.
Yeah.
He's a carbonara cowboy through and through.
Yeah, he turns that boost pedal on, and
Yeah.
I saw you guys at the ABGB.
Yeah, he can do it. He can do it all. He's a multi-instrumentalist as well. He has his own project, Alex Riegelman and Friends, and he plays in the band Big Bill, which is a really incredible kind of punk band, kind of punk. Also all sorts of other things. And he's from Dallas. He's from Dallas, Fort Worth.
Well, before we get some more music, I've heard from the grapevines that you're practicing your palm farts. Let's hear one of those.
Okay, let me see if I can get that
Yeah.
going here.
Yeah.
Should I up to the mic?
Yeah. Nice.
First try.
Yeah.
What I'm coming to understand is that you kind of like you get the seal first.
Yeah, but first.
Yeah.
Then you come back with the.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah,
That was
I
a
still
double.
I can't get them slapping like that.
Double.
Mine are just.
Hit it.
Here, come on.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
got a
it.
little squeak with that one.
You guys heard it here, the palm farts. Let's hear some more Sammy G songs. Thank you guys for tuning in.
This one's called Back Home. 1, 2.
I don't wanna go back home. The days are too long back home, where we'll be certifiable and V's got their own. Friends, so they don't have to be home. I take too much for granted when I take it back home. 'Cause every day is summer back home. Still said there's nothing for me here gotta go home. But I'll always be right by my phone if you need me back home. Call me back home, take me back home. Call me back, tell me what you're doing since you took it back. I know you didn't want to go home. Is it too familiar? Are you glued to your phone? Baby, I don't wanna know. Say that you've been having trouble getting to sleep. But you've always had trouble with that. Me, I've been sleeping, but I usually don't dream. When I do, guess where I'm at? They take me back home. Call me back home, bear me back home. With you back home, take me back home. Call me back home, bear me back home. With you back home, take me back home. With you back home, take me back.